pancake, everyone! How to build a bunker. Today, building a bunker is a more than relevant idea. We thought, is it possible to build a bunker for survival with our own efforts? And if so, what is needed for that? It is quite realistic to build a bunker in the backyard of your own house, without attracting too much attention and investing a minimum of money and effort in the construction. Let's find out how to do it. First of all, when you build a bunker, you should consider two factors: what purpose it is needed for and how long you plan to stay in it. The more serious the potential danger and the longer you will be in it, the deeper and more thoroughly you should make a bunker that would be safe and comfortable to be in. When you have decided what tasks you need a bunker for, approximately you can estimate its size, the depth at which it will be located, and the height of the ceiling. A rather simple bunker can be built from metal. As for the reliable and strong bunker, it is best to build it out of concrete. Before building a bunker, it is worth taking certain details into consideration, as to avoid deplorable consequences in the future. First, if you plan to make a shelter in the form of a bunker on your property, you will have to apply for permits to various government agencies. But such a simple situation is possible only if you have the right of ownership of the land, as well as the complete absence of communication systems, which can pass at a fairly great depth. Therefore, before starting construction, it is better to find out. To avoid the situation during which the construction of an underground bunker turns into a pool of water, it is necessary to orientate how deep the groundwater is. To do this, first find out the depth of the underground sources from the surface of the ground. You can do that without the involvement of experts, paying attention to the upper limit of water in a well located nearby, or looking at any reservoir which is located nearby. Calculating the depth of groundwater is simple. It is the difference between the edge of the water in the well and the top of the ground on the property. What else should you pay attention to before building a bunker? To its reliability and safety, of course. As such, it is important to choose the right place for it. Often owners seek to arrange a shelter in the house itself, in the basement, or in close proximity to it. But experts strongly advise against such a location. The optimal choice would be a location at a certain distance from the house, so that when natural disasters strike, debris from the main building doesn't block the exit from the shelter. Also, large chunks of debris can damage the walls, which will nullify the effort that went into building it. Okay, now with all of the details of building the bunker sorted, let's move on to construction and review all of its stages. Construction: 6 steps to building a bunker. The first thing you need to start with is to sketch a rough design of the structure. Make sure to take into account all of the points that may be important to you. And of course, try to make it as strong as possible. For example, through the use of domed or round structures. Remember, a thoroughly thought out plan is the key to the success of the whole affair. The next step is digging a hole. During the planning stage, you should have already estimated the depth of your shelter and its location relative to the terrain features. And now you have to dig a hole for your project. And this, in our opinion, is the most tedious part of the job, not counting the construction process. But we believe that you can handle it. Now it's time to move on to the box. Here, it is important to pay special attention to the foundation, the walls, and the roof. The best option is a foundation on a cushion of crushed stone, of at least 40 to 50 centimeters, and made of concrete with a strength rating of at least M200. The top layer will be 50 centimeters of soil. If the task is to build a temporary dugout, it is quite possible to get by with a wooden base. Made of pre-treated wood, the roof must be sufficiently strong, and without any cracks or holes, to avoid moisture in the underground bunker. If you are building a full covered bunker, it'll make sense to additionally reinforce it from the inside with wood. Next, you should take care of the entrance and exit. It is important to plan separate entrances and exits, maybe even a few, to make it easier to get into the bunker and, if necessary, to quickly leave through a safe escape route. The door leading to the underground bunker should close hermetically, be strong enough, and have internal closing mechanisms. Moving on to construction. Here, the hardest and most tedious step is filling the bags with earth. The best thing to do is to place the bags near that pile of earth that you had time to scoop up while digging the hole, and start filling them. You can also use a layer of old tires instead of bags. Alternatively, you can use them as an extra outer layer in front of the bags. Continue laying down layers of bags and tying them together with barbed wire. so your bunker will have walls and even a roof. The final 6th step is finishing work and masking. When the walls and the roof of the bunker are ready, you need to cover them from the top with the remaining earth. But remember that the mountain on top construction might not hold up, so you do not need to put too thick a layer of earth. Now you need to somehow cover the place where the bunker is, and the pathways leading to it. The best option, prickly ornamental shrubs, or the usual dense grass, tall weeds, and other natural features of the landscape. Also, even in the planning stage, you need to think about power and waterways, as well as a ventilation system. It will be useful if you consider your new shelter in terms of long-term survival and active operation. It is important to recognize that once you build a bunker, the worries will not diminish if you plan to stay in it for quite a long time. It is necessary to think about the strategic reserve. First and foremost is, of course, water. It should be stocked as much as possible. 200 to 300 liters. Food must be canned, and also not bad to stock up on our various cereals, which are nutritious and have a long shelf life. And don't forget about the first aid kit. It should include antiseptics, bandages, absorbent cotton, a thermometer, scissors, a rubber heating pad, and gauze masks. Each family can basically determine its own set of medications based on the health condition of each member of the family. How do you think the construction of a bunker is relevant these days? Have you ever thought about building such a shelter? We would love to see what you have to say in the comments down below. And that'll be all. Thank you very much for your attention, and subscribe to the channel as not to miss out on new interesting videos. Pancake, everyone. See you soon.